shopping day of the year. Okay, Black Friday
game.
has the Dolphins playing against the New Jersey Jets. I know
First
they're the
Black
New York
Friday
Jets,
game.
but I'm from New Jersey. I just can't stay in that.
Okay.
They'll be playing a 3 o'clock Eastern game,
New Jersey.
against the Jets. So everyone will get an opportunity. They have to play it in an afternoon game because they can't conflict with high school games and on Friday night, or even college games on Friday night until they get into December. Until they get into December, Friday's kind of reserved for high school and college, not reserved for the NFL. So they have to play it as an afternoon game. So the Dolphins will be traveling to the Jets. And we thought the Jets were going to come close to maxing out on primetime games. Well, one of the first ones released, there's already one in the bank. 4 or 5 more to go when the schedule's released.
And we're hearing
on Christmas Day.
Okay, go ahead.
Now we know there's going to be multiple games on Christmas Day, but one big matchup in the NFC East is going to be the New Jersey. I know they're the New York Giants.
Okay, New Jersey.
But the Giants traveling on the train or the bus
to Philly.
Down to Philly, just down
Christmas
the
Day.
Okay, to go against the Philadelphia Eagles, and that'll be a big, important
Christmas Day
NFC East matchup.
Okay.
That'll be at 4:30 Eastern Time on Christmas Day. And it'll be one of multiple games that are played on Christmas Day. And then you want a big one for New Year's Eve. Now, we're not going to hurt your New Year's Eve party. We're going to have the game at 4:25 Eastern Time. But the Cincinnati Bengals travel to Arrowhead to play against the Chiefs.
Okay.
And if there's one team that seems to play very well against the Kansas City Chiefs, no matter where they play, it's the Cincinnati Bengals. New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Afternoon, 3:25 if you're out there Central, 4:25 Eastern Time. That wraps up the games that have been released. Now, tomorrow night.
Okay, so the rest of the release, of course, is tomorrow. My beautiful bride right here is going to look up the European schedule, the games in Germany. For the first time, we actually have a team playing back-to-back games in Europe, and that will be the Jags, who ultimately will be the European team when the NFL finally moves the team. So they're going to be playing, I think the Bills in one of the games, and I think Miami in the other game. So I guess this is we're taking Florida to Europe tour. Also, too, we think that Kansas City will be Kansas City, here I come. That Kansas City will be playing Miami in Europe as well, which kind of screws over Tyreek Hill, that was looking forward to playing back in Kansas City. He's not coming. And we had heard yesterday from Kelsick's mama that the Eagles in Kansas City will be playing in Kansas City week 2. So, go ahead, baby.
Read this article.
Well, read the games if they have the schedule.
It's not a schedule.
Okay. Okay, article.
There'll be 3 games in London and 2 games in Germany this season. The Jaguars will be the first team to take part in 2 international games in the same season when they play in London on back-to-back weeks early in the season. Jacksonville will serve as the home team in a Week 4 game against the Falcons at Wembley Stadium, and then will move on to being on the road team in a matchup of 2022 playoff teams in Week 5. They'll face the Bills at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Germany will also host a meeting of AFC playoff clubs. Week 9 will bring the Dolphins and Chiefs to Frankfurt, with the Chiefs serving as the home side. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will be the site of a Ravens-Titans clash in Week 6, and the Colts and Patriots will wrap up the league's European games in Frankfurt in Week 10.
All right, so here's what you want to notice here is the NFL apparently is listening because you think about how bad Thursday night games were. They were snooze fest, okay? Let's be clear. There were very few of those that were good. And typically, the games that are in Europe are not really, marquee matchups. Now, all of a sudden, the NFL is realizing, listen, these games are kicking off at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Let's get some good teams that are playing their playoff teams that have playoff implications in those markets. A, to help out with the European market. B, start the process of moving the Jaguars to England. And C, get us up early watching football from 9 a.m. until literally midnight if you're on the East Coast. And Christmas Day, Giants and Eagles. Somebody's going to have a bad Christmas. We'll see what we have coming up too. It'll be interesting that, of course, they're saving the big kahunas. They're not letting the Cowboys be released, until the last minute because, of course, they want to keep us waiting and wondering and hoping and praying and hoping that we get a favorable schedule. Eagles, by the way, FYI, this year, you don't have the cupcake schedule that you had last year. This year, you got the big boy schedule. The big boy, numero uno, hardest schedule, at least at the moment, before we have the turnover of teams. So, there you go. Drip, 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 drip of release of the NFL schedule. I'm Mark Holmes with one beautiful baby right next to me. How you doing, baby? Yeah. See you guys at the Red Brick House. Oh, and we're going to be doing something different here on this channel from the Red Brick House, if I can get it to work out. All right. Are you still here? Don't y'all have work to do? Someplace you got to be? No? Okay. All right. See you.